Good evening to you, whom is watching this video. Here are the 10 most dangerous countries to travel in 2023. Stay safe by avoiding these destinations. Traveling the world is an exhilarating experience, but there are certain destinations where every traveler needs to be cautious due to the prevalence of crime, civil unrest, terrorism among other dangerous factors. If you're planning a foreign holiday, one of the most important things to check is whether the destination you wish to visit is safe or not. Recently, the US State Department released a list of some countries that are unsafe to travel. We have collated that data to reveal 10 of the most dangerous countries to travel to in 2023. Number 1, Venezuela. Grappling with crime and unrest, the US State Department strongly advises against traveling to Venezuela due to the high risk of crime, civil unrest, and kidnapping. The arbitrary enforcement of local laws and limited health infrastructure add to the concerns. The situation has prompted many Venezuelan migrants to seek asylum in the U.S., seeking protection from alleged crimes against humanity. Number 2, Iraq. Plagued by terrorism and conflict, the U.S. State Department has warned against traveling to Iraq due to ongoing terrorism, kidnapping, and armed conflicts. Militant groups continuously target Iraqi security forces and civilians, posing a threat to citizens and international companies in the region. Number 3, Somalia. Battling crime and terrorism, Somalia remains a dangerous destination due to widespread crime, terrorism, and civil unrest. Violent crimes, including kidnapping and murder, are common throughout the country, with terrorists constantly plotting kidnappings, bombings, and other attacks. Number 4, Haiti. Struggling to combat kidnapping and unrest, Haiti's poverty-stricken circumstances have resulted in a high risk of kidnapping, crime, and civil unrest. The State Department warns that kidnapping victims, including U.S. citizens, are often physically harmed during these incidents. Number 5, Ukraine. Reeling from Russia's invasion. Since Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022, the State Department cautions travelers against visiting Ukraine due to the potential for military attacks, crime, and civil unrest. The ongoing conflict has led to flight restrictions by aviation safety agencies. Number 6, Afghanistan. Armed conflict and terrorism. With the continued presence of armed conflict, civil unrest, and terrorism, Afghanistan is a highly dangerous destination for U.S. citizens. The risk of kidnapping and violence against Americans in the country is exceptionally high. Number 7, Yemen. Grappling with terrorism and civil unrest, Yemen faces an array of threats, including terrorism, civil unrest, health risks, armed conflict, and landmines. The ongoing civil war has resulted in significant destruction of infrastructure, medical facilities, schools, and utilities. Number 8, Syria. War-torn land with no safe zones. Due to terrorism, civil unrest, and armed conflict, no part of Syria is considered safe from violence. The government's aggressive tactics in response to protests have led to frequent unjust detentions and a lack of access to legal representation. Number 9, Sudan. Ongoing unrest and armed conflict. Sudan experiences sporadic civil unrest and protests throughout the country. The prevalence of crime, including kidnapping and armed robbery, poses significant risks, particularly outside of the capital. Number 10, South Sudan. Ravaged by armed conflict, South Sudan is fraught with armed conflict among different political groups and ethnicities. Violent crimes, such as carjackings, assaults, and robberies, are common, and weapons are readily available to the general population. Please avoid visiting these countries for your safety. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.